Whooshing. Wong, wong, wong. Friends! Hello! Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I'm Samantha. And yes, we are doing another Movie Marquee update. I am on the ball this month. I feel like I was on the ball last month too. And this month, of course, we're on the ball as well. We're having a good month. We're going through it. We're getting things done, and I've got some stuff to show you for the Movie Marquee. I hope you're doing good today, though. I hope you're having a good day, a good week. I am. It's busy, and it's like kind of always the case, but we're making it happen. We're doing the thing. You guys know. And we're working some crochet in between all the craziness, right? I hope you are as well. I hope you are getting to enjoy your busy summer just like I'm enjoying my busy summer. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is the Movie Marquee. Now, if you've never joined us for the Movie Marquee, I will give you a real quick rundown of what it is. Me, Heather the Crochet Witch, and Bella from Bella's Crocheted Gifts, the three of us, our tag team in the Movie Marquee Challenge this year. It is a year-long crochet along where every single month, one of us, me, Heather, or Bella, picks a movie, and then everybody bases a project on that movie's poster. Drawing inspo from the colors, an actor, a scene, the movie itself, a quote, a whatever. Whatever it is that you want to pull inspo from, you do it and you make a thing. You make a crochet project. Or to be perfectly honest, I don't even think it has to necessarily be crochet. You can use it as inspo for anything, any kind of crafty thing that you are doing, but the three of us ladies, of course, are doing crochet because that's just how we roll, right? This month in July was Heather's pick, and she picked Star Wars. I've got my little chibi Leia on today with a just fabulous quote. I think that represents Leia quite well. She is one of my favorites. Along with, I'm the type of person that's like, ooh, Leia's my favorite. Ooh, C-3PO is my favorite. Ooh, Han Solo is my favorite, and so on, right? Because I adore this movie like I cannot even put into words. I love the entire franchise, the movies, the prequels, the OG movies, the newer movies, the spin-off shows, all that stuff. I am a big fan of Mando and Grogu, of course, so on and so forth. I'm a big Star Wars geek. Big Star Wars nerd, and so this month really feeds my nerdy soul. I am very happy to have Star Wars to work on. And so my project for the entire year is making granny squares. I'm making a cardigan out of those granny squares. And the front panels of my cardigan have appliques all over them. And that's what I'm going to show you today. I've got my appliques for the month done. And I've also got a couple of squares done, and so let's go over those, because that's what you're here to see. Now, you did see in the beginning the one of my appliques. I will hold it up. I'm sure you could tell before I even opened the video from what I said last week that my appliques were going to be the lightsabers. However, yarn isn't known for being how to word this, for being super stiff, right? And Karen Simply Soft, which is what the red, sparkly red is here, is especially not stiff. And so it is unfortunate that my lightsaber is quite floppy. I kind of like finagled a crochet hook behind it here, just so I could, gesture it at you, right? Just with some strategic holding, you can see the metal there in between the stitches. Just with some, strategic holding, you can kind of get the gist of like what this might look like if it was an actual lightsaber, right? Wom, 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 right? So that's why it was vaguely more upright in the opening there than it is in my hand here. But I will link you down below, of course, to the pattern. I got this off of Etsy. It's perfect, right? I mean, they're both pretty perfect. I did do the pattern as it was written until I got to the part where you attach the actual lightsaber to the handles. So it's all separate pieces, of course, if you're familiar with these sort of kind of appliques. Each little piece, I can even hold it up to you. There, like the handle, they're all separate pieces. And when I got to attaching the actual lightsaber blade to the handle, I realized, and I can even show you here as well, that the lightsaber, as it was written, was just way too long to fit on my granny squares, because my granny squares are only 5 rounds. So I did a little bit of editing and just attached. You can see how much longer. There, you can see how much I kind of hid when I was attaching the pieces together. I just sort of pulled the blade back into the handle so that it does actually fit on the granny square. Also, you will have to forgive all these ends. I leave really long tails on my appliques, so I have enough yarn to sew it on to the granny square. And until it's sewn down, it's just kind of there, flopping around, So the red one that I've got here in my hand, I'm trying to hide it as best I can, but it's still there. Anyway, I'm going to attach them, let's see, kind of like that, where they're crossed, sort of up at the top. It's very difficult to show you when it's so floppy and everything. But these are my appliques, right? So Luke has the green lightsaber, and Darth Vader, and I think most, if not all, of the Sith have red lightsabers. I'm almost positive. But, Darth and Luke have the... Oh goodness, this is such a mess. Do you get what I'm going for here? I think that you do. When they're sewn down, it'll look a lot better. It'll be a lot neater. It'll be a lot more obvious. And there won't be all this hangy, floppy, red and green and black extra yarn attached. But that was my vision for my applique. Oh, and I can take the granny square down. And they are done. They're not sewn down, but they are done. They're floppy, very floppy lightsabers. But then I've got those squares to show you too. So hold on, let me grab them. So I did do one, of course, this one. This is the Soho Noel soot color with white around it. And I did this specifically for putting my applique on, because I thought this read a lot like the poster for the movie. The white border with this starry sky. I think you get my vision here, but that was the first square that I did with just white. Oh, eyes itchy. There we go. Anyway, white, and then the sparkly navy color for yarn. And then I did a gold one, which is also Soho Noel. It is Soho Noel with the navy around it. And I mentioned in my last video, he is up here. C-3PO is probably... He has been usurped in the last couple of years by a certain Mandalorian as my #1 top favorite. Even though Leia is my favorite, you get me, right? But there was a time in my life where C-3PO was #1. And so I had to do a square that kind of represents him, and this gold, shiny gold, was just absolutely perfect. So we've got that one. But then the last one also works in the gold, as well as a couple of shades of blue and white and silver. Gray. It's gray. Can you tell who that might be? It's a representation, a yarn representation of R2-D2 and then C-3PO. Because they are always together, right? They are reluctant besties sometimes, but they are always together. And I had this idea, like, I love R2 as well. Why not work him in a square too? So I've got R2, the first 4 rounds are R2-D2's colors, surrounded by the shiny gold of C-3PO. I love it. I think these look pretty good. They will add some pizzazz, some sci-fi sparkle to my granny square cardigan, because none of my other squares have sparkle in them. And I don't think any squares from here on until the end of the year are going to have sparkle in them either, unless I get some, you know, idea in my brain meets that is like, ooh, this requires sparkle. For now, these are the only ones that are good. This is the only movie. These squares are the only ones that are going to have some sparkle in it. So there will be some random scattered sparkly squares throughout my cardigan. Because I think I said, I'm pretty sure I said in maybe my haul video from last week, if you didn't see, I'll link it up here, or the previous Movie Marquee video. I'm not really sure which one I said it in. But I'm not usually a sparkly yarn type of person. Meanwhile, last week, I think I showed almost exclusively sparkly yarns. Both that I bought from Hirschner's and that I had planned on using in the Movie Marquee. I am not usually a sparkly, glittery, sequin kind of person. It just sort of happened that way, that Star Wars sort of fit the theme for sparkly, and Hirschner's released sparkly yarns and so on. So, you know, I'm okay with a subtle, a touch, a tip, a teaspoon of sparkle in my my project for the year. And I think that, I mean, come on. Like, C-3PO and A Starry Sky, it had to have some sparkle in it, right? You gotta do justice to the movie. And so I am. I'm doing justice to the movie with some sparkle. And did I even show you? Did I mention the lightsabers as well have sparkle in them? They are both sparkly yarns. Can't really see too well on the green. Do I have to cover my face? Kinda. You may have to take my word for it that these are sparkly too. I thought glowing lightsabers, you know, deserved some sparkle as well. And yeah, I think that is my update for the Movie Marquee, at least for the first week. Or maybe this is technically the second week. It is my second update because last week was like planning and scheming and showing off the yarns. And so I actually have a proper update for you this week. No matter what number it is, though, that is the end of my update. What are you guys doing for the Movie Marquee? Are you loving it? I know there were quite a few of you in my comments that, like, geeked out with me for Star Wars, so I know there's a few of you that enjoy these movies as well. So, what are you doing for this month? What are you making? What colors have you picked? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy the Movie Marquee, leave me a little like so I know. I would appreciate that. And please subscribe today as well, because I would also enjoy having you here with us. We are a fun group. And so, until I have another update on the Movie Marquee or another kind of video for you, I will just let you go. Thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.